So hi and welcome. We are here for Cosplayer of the Month for August, and our lovely cosplayer is Alexandra, and she did a Prism, the new Prism, which everybody is still experimenting with, at the Calling Antwerp. Now, as everyone knows, we went to the shadows last month, and so this time we're going to bring the light of dawn. So we'll start with the easy question. Where are you from, and how did you get into Flesh and Blood?
Hi everyone, so I'm Alexandra. I'm from Romania, and I started with Flesh and Blood because local game store that I visit quite often for board games and D&D and such things. They posted that they will have a welcome event. So me and my D&D team decided how we should go and check it out, and I really enjoyed it. So I got hooked on it. The event was in March 2022. And then like 2 months later, we decided we are gonna go to the Uprising premiere. So I got hooked quite soon. I didn't even have a complete deck. I had to borrow a full deck that was viable from some friends. But yeah, we decided to do it, and it's been a blast ever since.
Oh, awesome! So you've been playing just about a whole year, or a little bit longer?
Yeah, a year and a few months, about
Yeah,
more or less.
more or less. It's so good because it feels like things change and stuff. So so we'll come into. Was this your first cosplay?
Yeah, it was my first cosplay ever. I actually wanted to do something for the Madrid, but I was quite intimidated, and I kept seeing all those nice cosplays everywhere, and I thought I could never pull it off and do something so good. And I decided, yeah, I'm gonna do it later, but I regret it because actually for the Madrid cosplay contest, only Findan was there. And even if I did something like horrible, I still would have gotten the lore book. So it would have been nice. But yeah, maybe another time. But yeah, it was my first cosplay, but definitely not my last.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, because for a first cosplay, it was we had a lot of technical things in it, like the sewing and so forth. Um, uh, did you have many challenges while building this?
Yeah, it was challenging, but I think the main challenge was time because Prism was announced quite late, and I had about maybe 2 weeks to work on it. And I left a bit soon because I wanted to visit a bit Belgium, and I wanted to see some friends that are there. So I went 1 week ahead. So my time was really limited. But luckily, I had some help, and my partner helped me a lot with everything. So we managed to do it in time. I was a bit not sure if I would manage, but I thought even if I don't manage, I will just take it to another competition, so it would be fine. But yeah, in the end, I decided to just go with it, even though it wasn't perfect. Yeah, it was nice, and it was a great experience.
Oh, the photos that you had with Essa just looked really cool. Like it didn't look incomplete. It looked beautiful.
Yeah, Asar has some really great poses. He even brought a rose that he wanted to give me, and I was really disgusted by it. It was really fun posing.
Yeah,
Everybody was, yeah, their props were really interactive, and everything was great. I really enjoyed the photo that we have with all the illusionist gang, as we call it. It was also really nice.
What has been your favorite cosplay that you've seen in Fab?
That's a tough one. I think my favorite was The Taipanis. I really liked the level of details that went in the costume, and it looked amazing, to be honest. But yeah, there are many cosplays that were amazing, and it's really hard to tell and to say, yeah, this was my favorite because all of them have elements that are
Yeah.
great, and it's difficult to compare something because yeah, maybe some of them are a bit more difficult, but some are more funny, some are more creative. It's tough to pick one.
That is a hard choice. I mean, and as you say, everybody like leans on different strengths, and it makes for a really nice, um, varied um, group of people, which is so cool. Do you have any tips for beginners? As you say, this was your first cosplay. Um, you know,
Yeah.
yeah,
So my tip would be to just start and do something because it looks really intimidating when you look from afar. But once you get started, there are many resources out there on the internet, and you can find many tutorials or on YouTube for almost anything you want. And it's difficult to just get started and try it, but once you do, you will find that it's actually not as complicated as it seems.
mm,
And another tip is maybe don't focus so much on the details if you have limited time, of course.
mm,
It's better to have the whole picture than to get stuck on something that, for me, this was a bit of a point because I was really not happy with my wings, and I just said, okay, it's good enough. I will just leave it as it is and use them. But at some point, I want to improve them. So.
well, that is the big thing with cosplay is like you always once you finish, you're actually not finished because you'll probably go back and go, oh, I can do this different or that different, but that's just part of cosplay, I think.
Mhm.
But,
Yeah.
yeah. So we'll go into the community questions. So our first question is actually from Essa. Um, right. So I'll read this off the screen. So we have now that you have done your first cosplay, what would you do differently with the experiences that you have gained?
Yeah. So my first point is I would get a sewing machine, which I already did because
Yeah.
it was really difficult to sew everything by hand and my stitches were uneven, and from a distance it looked okay, but if you actually look at it, it's wonky, and I wasn't very happy with my stitching skills. So that would be a first improvement. And the other one is getting a glue gun because I talked about the wings. It was way more difficult than expected to actually glue the feathers. So I had something like a cardboard and I
Mm,
glued the feathers on it, but they didn't stack at all. And I had to use a ton of super glue, and I almost intoxicated myself. Tears were
yeah.
streaming
Yeah.
down my face. My nose was running. It was not great. But so I got a glue gun in the meanwhile. So for my next wings, it will be better, hopefully.
Yeah. And we can only aim to improve. And and then Essa also had a second question. That was you have worked with a few different materials by now. Which one did you like the most, and what was the easiest one to handle for you?
Mhm. So I think I really enjoyed working with EVA foam. It looks a bit intimidating when you see all that armor on people, and it looks really cool. But I found it really easy to work with, and I could cut it up easily and glue it, and it was a much smoother job than I expected. I was prepared for a battle, but it was really easy peasy. And another thing that was actually quite easier than I expected was making my prop, the glowing orb.
Yeah.
Everybody said, "Oh, it looks amazing," whatever, but it was so easy.
Yeah.
It's basically just so I have it here. It's basically uh, just plastic globe,
Yep.
and I put some Christmas lights inside here,
Yep.
and I covered them with some material. And if I just turn it on and I put it here and I close it, and it glows really well.
Oh
So it was
wow.
quite easy,
And
and the
easy
light
thing
was
just makes a
diffused.
great
Yeah,
effect.
it looks it looks good in photos because the light is diffused, but it's
Yeah.
actually so easy to do. I was surprised. I mean, the thing to hold it to make it float was really difficult. That was not great. I
Yeah.
had to cut plexiglass and heat it and bend it so it fits my hand, and it was a hassle, but the
Yeah.
actual work was really easy.
Oh wow. That's awesome.
Yeah,
um,
and it looks spectacular, but you can do it in like 15 minutes, so it's easy. So if you're creative, I mean, I found this on a tutorial on YouTube. I didn't invent the wheel, but I was really happy with how it turned out.
oh yeah. That's just really cool. So we have another question. So these questions have all come from the um, cosplay Fab Cosplay Discord. So this one's also from this one's from Sunny. What was the most fun experience you had while working on this, and what was the most unexpected skill you made use of during doing it?
Yeah, so I think the most fun experience was actually painting the symbol, the Solana symbol on the cape. Was really relaxing after working so hard on everything else. It was a bit more difficult than I expected, to be honest, because I made some mistakes and I didn't buy enough material. So my cape was actually just one piece of material instead of making it double sided as it should have been. So the paint got through it and it didn't show so well on the other side, but it had to look great on both sides because it was visible.
Mm,
Um, yeah, but it was actually really fun. And another fun thing was actually I felt quite useful when I think we all have some kind of cosplay emergency kit when we go to events. So
yeah.
I had a needle and thread and everything with me.
Mm,
And then one of my friends' backpack actually broke. Some stitches came undone. So I managed to sew his backpack and he was ready to go. It was really useful, to be honest. I never would have gotten the sewing kit with me if I wasn't cosplaying, but it turned out useful.
yeah, and I guess our backpacks take the hardest hits too, don't they?
Yeah.
Mm. So we got another. This one's from Jody. So Jody says, "How did you decide she would? Oh yeah, how did you decide she was the hero that you wanted to cosplay? And do you have your eyes on any other heroes in the future? So how did
I
you
do.
decide Prism?
Mhm. Yeah, it was an easy choice for me because ever since I started with Prism because I really liked the artwork.
Hmm.
And I played Prism a ton, even when I didn't have the cards and I was getting my take test. It didn't matter to me. I was having so much fun with her. And then once I finally had my full deck, I was super excited for Nationals. And then 1 week before Nationals, she got Living Legends, so I couldn't
Hmm.
play her. I was so upset. But yeah, I've been playing her even in Blitz,
Hmm.
so it was a no-brainer for me when I saw the artwork. This was actually the push that I needed to start cosplaying because I've been thinking I want to cosplay, but I always postpone it. But
Hmm.
once I saw the artwork and I knew I was going to an event where there would be a cosplay contest, I
Yeah.
decided I have to try it.
It came out beautifully. And what do you have any heroes that you would like to do in the future, or are you going to do other illusionist related stuff?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So for my next cosplay, it's not gonna be a hero. It's gonna be actually an angel. But yeah, I plan to do other heroes as well. I had a crazy idea a while ago, and I actually wanted to try it for Worlds, but the time frame, I think it's not enough, and the luggage would also be very big. But I
Mm,
was inspired by Max Ferocity's costume, and I
yeah.
wanted to do a Dromai
Mm.
that would actually wear the Nitro Mechanoid suit and
Oh.
have a Kyloria sitting up at her feet, because it's been my dream ever since I started playing Dromai. I wanted to steal one of those with the Kyloria. So that would be super fun to do at some point, hopefully. And I've been considering Shiana also. She looks great, but my sewing skills are not there yet. Hopefully in the future, but yeah, she looks a bit difficult for the moment. So I decided to stick with something. It's not easy what I'm gonna do either, but
Yeah.
it looks more doable.
Well, that's right. Just stepping stones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the end of all of the questions from the community. So we're going into what are you looking forward to in Fab? Um, are you doing nationals this year? Are you looking at worlds? What are you looking forward to?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I actually qualified for my nationals, so I'm gonna look forward to that. I was looking forward to Dusseldon, and I'm very happy with the set. It looks amazing, and I'm so excited for all the cards. I'm starting to collect all the Angels Marvel. It's it's been a process. I didn't get as many as I wanted from my booster boxes, but it's growing. It's a growing collection. And yeah, definitely for Worlds, it's gonna be so much fun, and it's gonna be a huge event. And I'm very happy that it's in Europe, because otherwise I don't think I would be able to attend so easily.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be fun, and I'm super
Yes.
excited for my next cosplay. It's
Yeah. Awesome. I'm excited to see all your progress reports in the Discord.
mhm. I actually
I
have a special spoiler for you today.
Oh, awesome! Yeah, because I really enjoyed watching you along in your building processes with the prison, where you were showing us your painting and all that kind of stuff. So it's really I enjoyed coming along on your journey with you. So thank you for sharing that in the Discord. Um, so yes, we are up to. Do you have any pieces you want to show off?
hmm Yeah,
Mm.
I actually do. So I have finally finished my prop, which is this,
Oh,
and
nice!
it's
Oh,
actually shining. We did some things with LED lights, so I'm excited for this. At first, it was a much thicker prop, so we decided to half it basically.
yeah.
So it's yeah, it's this.
That's amazing.
And I've also been working on my wings, but that is a work in progress still. So it's gonna be for another spoiler.
Yeah, and I don't imagine once the wings are finished, they will fit easily into the screen space, right?
Yeah, the I started working on the skeleton, and they are quite big.
Mm,
So I think it's gonna be a challenge to even to go to the event with them. It's gonna be, because with my previous cosplay, I just went already dressed up, and I went on the street, and all the kids stopped me and wanted to take photos of me. But with this one, I don't know where I will put the wings. It's
yeah,
gonna be a challenge. even to travel with them, but hopefully it's doable. I
Well,
decided I can disassemble them, so
mm,
it should be fine.
oh, that's going to be amazing. I'm really looking forward to that. Um, Thank you so much for being our cosplayer of the month, and I really enjoyed your work, and I really look forward to more of your work. Do you have any socials you wish to share?
I have socials, but I'm not very active. But yeah, so basically, I lurk and I check what everyone else posts, but I don't post much myself. So I have Twitter, which is Advent of Cosplay,
Yeah,
and yeah, Discord. You can
yeah,
find me in the cosplay Discord as Reves Kari.
yeah.
So yeah, that's it, I guess. And I have Instagram and Facebook, but they are like personal pages, so I don't post
Yeah.
much cosplay related stuff. So
That's fair. That's fair. um, so thank you to everybody who's watched this far. Please like the content, comment and subscribe. If you want to see more of this stuff, it'll be really nice to get your feedback. So thank you, everybody, and thank you so much, Alexandra. Cosplay of the
thank
month for
you.
August.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.